Hey there viewers, welcome back to the Subframe Auto channel. Back on the 2014 Subaru. It's the big 2.5. Part 1 we pulled a subframe, part 2 we put it together, and part 3 we're gonna put it in. And this is where we're at, and this is where you're at, so let's get after it. So we're gonna put it in the same way we took it out, except the opposite. So you can go back to part 1 if you don't wanna wait for this part and just play it in reverse. Or watch this part. The only thing I'm gonna do a little different is when we're going up in, I'm gonna align the steering shaft with my white paint mark as I'm putting it in, because I neglected to remove the rear bolt on the steering shaft so it slides up all the way. I think I'll be okay doing that. If not, I'm gonna take the upper bolt out and allow it to come up. But I think we can just line it up, give it some wiggle jigglies as we're lining other stuff up. Okay, 2 motor mounts are about the only thing really we need to line up on the engine, and they were just like, one was in, the other one was out, just barely. And then we have our front dog bone up here. I don't know if that's the proper name. Wishbone. And that, if I remember right, was way up, so we're not really concerned with that at this point. It should go in relatively smooth. The only thing that's different are ball joints. We didn't take them out like this, so we might have to kind of fiddle with them. Actually, we won't fiddle with them because we'll just push the knuckles back. Gosh, my mouth hurts. Anyhow, gotta line our power steering lines up and over. It's a pretty simple subframe, really. Let's get after it, boys. That's it, baby. It's in, it's lined up. I don't think nothing's pinched or anything like that. Alright, we're good. We're just gonna line all the bolts up exactly where they were. Make sure everything looks like it's about where it is right now. And then it's gonna go out in the alignment machine when we're done anyway. Subarus are nice, they got factory cam bolts in them. Of course, we'll have to adjust the toe in the camber, just in case it's in a little cattywampus. So we'll get things snugged up here just a little bit. We're on one snug-a-dugga. And then we'll just finish tightening up my hands so we don't break anything off. These aren't very tight at all. These are only like 30 some foot-pounds, 33 or so ish. Where is it, baby? Come on. Whoops. All right, there's that one to the other side. Now we'll just get all the rest of the cradle bolts. They're all the same, they're all 55. That's it, dude. Let's go, before we get too carried away, let's let the engine back down, set it on the mount. That way we're safe, because we need to change the oil pan before we can go any further. So while we're up there doing that, let's drop the drain plug on this baby. Right into the bucket. New oil pan comes with a new drain plug. So let's get to where it's petering, and then we'll set it down that way and keep drizzling here. This engine mount's good. Going on the passenger side, we're not good, in the sense that we're not on it yet. So we're just gonna start cranking her down here. I don't think it's lined up though, perfectly. No, I gotta pick it back up. We got tension on it. I need to just barely push in on that stud, I think. There we go. It's gotta guide me in. Now she's going down. And then the other thing we have to watch is this front wishbone here. Let me, okay, that started. We just need to kind of shimmy that a little bit. Looks like it's back. I wonder. Oh, okay, it is a little bit flexible there. If I can get my hand down in here. There, bolts through the nut. I've got this very gingerly stick on there for the time being. And we've got two more nuts there for the motor mounts. Or train mounts, rather. You call them engine mounts, some whack job Subaru weenie will call you out on it, so. I think service data calls them transmission mounts, for being technical. I'm also using a crescent wrench, so can you really trust me? I wouldn't. All right, we're good. Good as we can be, I guess. I see our power steering starting to pee all over, so let's get this thing back over and hooked up to keep it from leaking so much. Let's see, we have a small bolt that holds that bracket on. Let's snug that up. Snug that up. Put that little fella back on, then we have 4 bolts here. With the throttle body. No, I'm not cleaning the throttle body. Just FYI. We never had battery unhooked. We're not going to redo adaptations. Car doesn't have any running problems. Don't create one. Don't forget your hose that goes down there. Don't worry if you do, you'll be reminded pretty quickly. It'll run like poo. Mass airflow engine, so we're going to stick that up on there. Grab our favorite pair of pliers. See if we can reach down here and grab hold of that little fella. Bring that clamp back, stick her up on there. It was barely on there when it came in. And put the clamp back up on there. Probably squeeze that one with your fingers. Wrong side, fella. There's that. You're gonna want to grab your 5/16 or your 8mm. They'll both work fine. And then we got to go upstairs to get a new clip for that. And we got one in the front. There you go. Diddly doo. Oh, mother. Leave that baby loose. Take that baby off. Pull that baby out. Don't use cheap filters like a baby bone dry. No silicone and a drain back valve. Junk. I tell you what, let's do the hardest ones first. So the ones that look like they're going to be the hardest. These ones in the back are super rusty. So we'll beat a 10 mil up on there. Oh, it cracked right loose. Negative. Might have put a 3/8 on that one. That one came loose. All the rest of them should be gravy then at this point. Famous last words. Alright, yeah, let's get a 3/8 dry, or 3/8. See if we can get a hold of that one a little bit better. Just like so. Alright. Let's get the Ugga Dugga gun, whip these babies out of there. Come on. Let's go ahead and switch back to my 10. Got a bucket of oil down there. Let's see if we can get them all out without one of them going in the bucket. So far, so good. Ooh, thought that one was a goner. One more back here. Hey, look at that. It's our lucky day now. Now we gotta beat this pan off there. Once you crack the seal, you can usually get them to go. There it is, baby. There's the oil pan. Dump that down there in the bucket. I'm gonna go set this somewhere. So I use a strike through handle rigid scraper. This one's made by Top Tool. A lot of companies that make them. Toyota actually has this 90-degree one for doing their oil pans. It works pretty good, I imagine. I don't have it. Oil level sensor sits over here, so be careful not to hit back in this corner, even though you really can't. And then, you know, you gotta have something rigid and thin. You get up in here with a screwdriver, you can really gouge the heck out of the aluminum here, if you will. So use your best judgment. Your Astro 9532 is your classic carbide scraper. You're going to want that for cleaning off the silicone. It's the one swipe wonder, I call it. Just don't stand it up on edge. You'll make the chips fly on this stuff. So just run it across there. Boom, one pass and everything's clean, huh? It's a good little scraper. Stiff wire brush takes silicone out really well. It's kind of a pain, but you have to get it off, man. Make sure you take these O-rings off up in the block there before you go stick this one on. One was stuck on ours, one came out, but I just don't forget it. I didn't get any Subaru OEM silicone. We're going to be using the Permatex. It's the Ultra Gray. That's good stuff. I've used it a lot. I can vouch for it. I'd be using Toyota FIPG if I had some. I thought I had a whole tube of it, but I don't. So we're going to use the next best, in my opinion. We'll go ahead and squeeze it around on here. You don't need a lot. It's a pretty tight machine fit. We'll smear it around with our finger anyways. Just make sure we don't have any air bubbles in it or anything like that. Make sure we got good ample coverage. So we'll give it the old finger here. Just smooch it around a little bit. Like I say, it's quite a tight tolerance the way it fits, so you don't feel the need to put it on here crazy thick. Have it. And then to store the stuff, I just squeeze it into the cap and put the cap like that, and I let her sit. When it dries up about here in the tube, then you just poke it out and away you go. The only time it's a pain is if you need it like tomorrow and it's kind of half hardened, then it's a pain to clean out. So let's go put this thing on there quick like a bunny. Let's see, first things first, I already had it cleaned off once, but it gets wet pretty quick, so we'll wipe this back off. Ultra Gray is pretty tolerant, I have found, for semi-slimy surfaces. I just sprayed a little brake clean on this. I'm just going to go through and wipe it off here. Just one last time. Got a couple bolts. And we'll do it to it. It goes like this, right? Yes, sir. You'll feel it slide up into those tubes there where our O-rings are. So make sure you feel it click into those babies. The oil pickup tubes, oil return. I didn't even see oil, I don't know. I didn't even pay attention. That was my problem all through high school. That and other things, I guess. Line that up on there. Oops, just popped down a little. Line that one up on there. Then I'm gonna go through and stick all the other bolts in here, and then we'll find a torque spec and we'll come jam them all down. 4.7 pound-feet of torque is this. So it's just a whisker over finger tight. Pretty much where we had it anyway. need the 3/8 on. Yeah, so it's just barely tight. Oops, and down. We'll come back, we'll get this one here. There we go, that's it, baby. One thing I forgot to show you folks, that steering shaft bolt, I did put that in, but I don't think I recorded it. So just rest assured, that baby's in. We can see just a whisper of the silicone coming out of that oil pan, so that's good. We know that's going to be good. We're going to give that some time to get high and dry, and I guess we can put our ball joints in while we're waiting. Okay, go ahead and start coming up. Oh, it's because the other side's hitting. Just go move that knuckle on the other side for me. The sway bar's holding it down. Okay, there we go. Let's get the other side started. Tweak that one up a little bit.
Yeah.
I would have thought just tapping on that with a plastic camera would have moved that. Alright, let me get this side started. Should go up in. Is that one started?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if we would grab us the right tripod, Josh. Well, be civil about this whole thing. Not that it's gonna help, but you never know. Same thing on this side. That's it, call it a day. I guess we'll put our tie rod ends back in. Get the castle nuts on those. We need to retorque our wheel bearings, our axle nuts. Put some cotter keys in these. Once you tighten them babies up, I only buy 3-inch cotter pins or 2.5-inch cotter pins. About all different sizes. 64th inch increments, but then I just cut them down as I need them. That way you don't have to have a whole bunch of different lengths. Now, I understand that that is not bent in accordance with the FFA or NASA or NASCAR or NHRA or NBA or ABC or the CIA, but we're not sending this baby to the moon, fella. 168.9 on that one. Let's see here. Go ahead and lift up a little bit, Josh. Second here. I got one stud here. Okay, I'm in that holder now.
Okay.
I'll come back and get your stuff. We've got the exhaust kind of hanging up here. See if we can't get a few of these nuts started. We're using the old gaskets. Shouldn't be an issue. This side had 2 studs, and then we had one whole stud that pulled out. We're here filled up with oil here. You're running some of the 0W20 full synthetic by Napa. We'll put on a 7055 Napa Gold. which are made by Man Hummel, who makes the Napa filters. Used to be Wicks back in the day, but not anymore. Ready? Contact. They run just your regular standard Mercon 3. I think it even says on the cap probably. Nope, says power steering fluid. Use ATF Dextron as fluid filter appropriate level. I think OEM they use Idemitsu fluid. Or the brand anyways. So we're just going to use some regular Dex Merc. Napa branded. We didn't lose a whole lot. So we'll just fill her up to the full line there. It's pretty foamy right now, so it's going to be a little noisy. And we'll take it for a rip. Probably not too far though. We'll take it up. My guy Josh over there waiting. He wants to get it lined up. There we are. We're right at the upper dot. So that's good. Okay, let's warm it up. We still need to put that little plastic clip in there. I tell you what, I think I got one right over here. Contact. On the oil pan. The only thing we have to do, we have to double check that drain plug. I haven't done that yet. Oh yeah, plug in your O2 sensors. They plug in right there. Gray one and black. Alright, we just gotta wait for the smoke to burn off the cat here. That's the power steering fluid that peed all over it. We still have some more work to do on this thing. I'm glad that little mess didn't come apart. That's good. Let's see. Probably should weld a hanger back here for him. It's got something on there. This hanger here is busted off too, so we probably should put a couple hangers on this thing, or it's gonna get all ripped off. But the stuff we did looks shiny. Don't see anything leaking, so that's great. We just gotta have my guy Josh get it lined up for us. And then, gotta add another grocery list of other things we want done. I'm gonna leave the front plastic piece off that goes here. Where that sits over here. Just this little plastic shield. We're gonna leave that off until we're done, because I'm going to spray the new frame with fluid film and give it the unlimited limited warranty. I think that's about it, folks. We're done. Let's see how bad of a job we did towards the window. 104,250 on this baby. Click it in reverse. Go down the road, see how cockeyed the steering wheel is. To the left. Of course, I didn't drive it prior, so I don't know. I'm sorry. I assume it was straight, but I was expecting a lot worse. When you put in a new subframe and new control arms, usually things aren't too good in the steering wheel department. So we're not going to go very far. I'm just going to go for end of the road, turn around, we'll go back, let Josh get her all lined up for us. How bad is it, Josh? That's not terrible, is it?
Too bad. I don't know if bringing that toe in will bring the camber back in.
Yeah, probably shouldn't. Yeah, it should have cam bolts in it. That'll be in a Subaru. Rear end's nice and straight anyways. Oh, get rid of your beam here. I'm gonna let my guy Josh finish up the alignment. Looks like it'll be a pretty easy one for me. He's gonna adjust the camber on both sides, get them exactly where they need to be. Then he's gonna probably have to heat the snot out of the tie rod ends, get the jam nuts loose and get those where they need to be. And then we should be good to go. And then I'll just go through and finish the rest of the stuff on the guy's list, which is, dude, I'm running out of speech here. I still got to fit. I should have done it. He wanted tire rotation. I didn't realize that. I should have done that when the two front wheels were off. So we got to do tire rotation. I've got to do a transmission service, which has the CVT, which is just a spill and fill, but you've got to use the Subaru. That's a 4-cylinder, so it's going to be the CVT2 fluid that Subaru has, which we have here. And then, of course, we've got to inspect it, make sure it passes inspection, which it failed for the rotted out subframe, and I don't know what else. I don't know, it might have been it, but that was back in October and we're now in December, but parts been on back order, so what are you gonna do? I don't know, but I know what you're gonna do, and you're gonna head into that comment section. You're gonna leave the questions, the comments. You're gonna give me the concerns that you have. You're gonna find us on the Insta, the Facebook, and you're gonna ring the bell. All that stuff. Just my viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.